we've got an exclusive up-close look at federal efforts to crack down on the dangerous and illegal trade of fentanyl. The CDC estimates that more than 68,000 fatalities from synthetic opioids were reported in these United States in the 12 months ending last August. That's a very big number. A CBS News crew followed federal agents yesterday as they raided a suspected fentanyl lab. And Jeff Pegues is in Tucson, Arizona, where this all went down. Jeff, good morning.
Tony, investigators tell us that about 6 months of intelligence led them to that house in that Tucson neighborhood. And what they seized there also suggests to them that the Mexican cartels are trying to step up efforts to distribute fentanyl on U.S. streets. Before the sun came up, Homeland Security agents gathered ready to raid a Tucson, Arizona home.
Starting to roll.
We were there as they moved in with the help of local police.
Just stay on this side of the marked unit.
Inside, they found 100 pounds of what they believe are precursor chemicals, or chemicals used to make fentanyl, a drug 50 times more potent than heroin. It's been flooding cities across the country and blamed for thousands of deaths a year. Why is it so hard to stop the distribution?
Because there's so many different ways that it can be smuggled into the United States, right? It's coming in through 18-wheelers, it's coming in through passenger vehicles, it's coming in through people walking across the border.
According to investigators, China is one of the primary suppliers for these precursor chemicals for fentanyl. And look what's written on this box. But it's harder to track because it's being shipped in smaller amounts. How does that pose problems for law enforcement?
They're not going to raise as much suspicion if they're coming in smaller shipments versus a large bulk shipment.
Last year, law enforcement seized more than 50 million fentanyl-laced pills and over 10,000 pounds of fentanyl powder. That's enough to kill every American.
I don't believe that they're doing everything that they can.
Misty Little's 26-year-old daughter Cheyenne died after swallowing a pill that she didn't know was laced with fentanyl.
I want people to know that Cheyenne was a vibrant young woman that had her whole entire future ahead of her. You know, one bad decision she shouldn't have lost her life over. I want people to know that her life mattered.
The Mexican cartels are always trying to stay one step ahead of U.S. law enforcement. And what was found in that Tucson home, it may be an example of that. Investigators are still running tests, but they believe that what was found in that home may be a fentanyl lab. They're still investigating. They see those every now and then, but they don't see those fentanyl labs on U.S. soil a lot. Tony.
Well, you know, I've sat with those families who've lost a loved one. I've been out with paramedics trying to save lives. If this can make a difference, it's a valiant effort.
Yeah.
Jeff, thank you very much.